Once upon a time, there was a 22-year-old boy who lived a tough life. His parents had passed away, and he was left to take care of himself. Every day, he worked hard just to make enough money to survive. His routine was the same every day: go to work, come home, make 4 pieces of bread, eat, and sleep. That was his life. One day, something strange happened. After making his 4 pieces of bread, he washed his hands. When he returned, 1 piece of bread was missing. He was confused, but didn't think much of it. The next day, it happened again. On the 3rd day, he decided to watch his bread closely. To his surprise, he saw a fat little mouse stealing 1 of the pieces. The boy caught the mouse and asked, "Why are you taking my food?" "I don't have much, and I work hard just to make these 4 pieces of bread." The mouse looked up and said, "Please don't stop me. It's my fate to take 1 of your breads." The boy felt sad and said, "But I only have 4 pieces, and I don't know how to manage with less." The mouse, feeling sorry, replied, "If you want answers to your problems, go visit a Sufi master. He can help you understand your life." The boy thought about it and decided to take the mouse's advice. The next day, he began his journey. After a long day of walking, night fell, and he saw a big mansion. He asked the owner, a kind woman, for shelter. She welcomed him and asked where he was going. "I'm going to meet a Sufi master to ask him about my struggles," the boy explained. The woman smiled and said, "You are going to a wise man. Can you also ask him when my daughter will finally speak? She hasn't spoken for 20 years." The boy agreed and continued his journey. After more walking, he reached a tall, snowy mountain, but didn't know how to cross it. Nearby, he saw a sage meditating and asked for help. The sage said, "I will help you cross the mountain, but could you ask the Sufi master when I will finally go to heaven?" The boy agreed, and the sage used his magic stick to help the boy cross the mountain. Soon after, the boy reached a wide river but, again, didn't know how to cross it. By the river, he saw a large tortoise and asked for help. The tortoise agreed and asked, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to meet a Sufi master," the boy replied. The tortoise smiled and said, "I've lived in this river for 500 years, and I've always wanted to become a dragon. Could you ask the Sufi master when that will happen?" The boy promised to ask. After many days, the boy finally arrived at the Sufi master's place. Many people were there waiting to ask questions, but the Sufi master said he would answer only 3 questions per person. Now the boy had a problem. He had 4 questions, 1 for the woman, 1 for the sage, 1 for the tortoise, and 1 for himself. But since he could only ask 3, he decided to set aside his own question. First, he asked about the woman's daughter. The Sufi master said, "The day her daughter gets married, she will speak." Next, the boy asked about the sage. The Sufi master answered, "The sage will go to heaven when he lets go of his attachment to the magic stick." Finally, the boy asked the tortoise's question. The Sufi master said, "The tortoise will become a dragon when he removes his shell." The boy thanked the Sufi master and began his journey back. He first met the tortoise and gave him the answer. The tortoise removed his shell and immediately turned into a beautiful dragon. Inside the shell were many gems, which the dragon gave to the boy before flying away. Next, the boy met the sage and told him what the Sufi master said. The sage gave the boy his magic stick and ascended to heaven. Finally, the boy returned to the mansion and told the woman that her daughter would speak once she got married. The woman was overjoyed and asked the boy to marry her daughter. The boy liked the girl, so they got married, and as soon as they did, the daughter spoke for the first time. Now, with the gems from the dragon, the magic stick from the sage, and a loving wife, the boy's life completely changed. His days of struggle were over, and he found happiness all because he chose to help others instead of focusing on his own question. The moral of the story is that selflessness and helping others can lead to unexpected rewards and personal fulfillment. The boy set aside his own struggles to assist others with their problems, trusting that wisdom and kindness would guide him. In doing so, he not only solved their issues, but also found happiness and success for himself. The story teaches that by focusing on compassion and generosity, we often find that our own needs are met in surprising and meaningful ways. True happiness comes from lifting others up, and in return, life provides us with what we need.